No. That was funny. But,
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I set it up so I can record.
So we are going live. We're
Cool,
live right
cool.
now, I think. But
Oh yeah. Stink.
oh yeah, mute that. Okay, and we're gonna play our intro clip. Are you recording or are you gonna record?
Hit record after. Get that intro started.
One sec, I probably gotta give you permission first.
No, I set up the thing, so
Oh, it's
you don't
fine.
have to get any permission yet.
Okay.
We'll be good to go.
Okay, play now. And hitting the intro button. Do 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 do. Let's start the show.
Let me hit the record then. We're live on YouTube and OBS and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Yo. Welcome to another week of the Rap Drugs Pod, brought to you by gay retards like you. The Gay Retard Association. We want better representations for retarded gay people in all forms of media,
Fair.
starting with YouTube.
Fair enough.
How come I never get recommended someone like low IQ and also homosexual?
Exactly. We should
Or
be
both
put
those
at the
terms might be
we should
derogatory,
put at the highest of the suggestion list, you know? Where's the
Yeah.
legislation for that? Protection
Yeah.
for gay retards. Where is it?
Yeah. Bill R69.
I don't know.
Canadians would probably call it something like Bill S69 special, which I think's more, as a retard, I think it's more derogatory to call us special.
Yeah. That's
How
fair
about
enough.
normal? With a
How
low
about-
IQ.
How about superhuman? Better
Yeah.
than normal.
Yeah, exactly. Super psychological. Yeah. But anyways, enough about our crew. We got some real shit to bring you guys today. Beyond the psychedelic churches and the aliens coming from Alberta,
Oh
and
yeah.
the man who's speaking out against COVID because he runs a massage parlor in his home that offers sex for sale.
Is that real?
Yeah. I'll get more into that one later.
Where's that?
Some good Canadian content.
Nice.
Regina
Yeah.
businessman organized protests on COVID-19, run for office on a platform of family values, but he also quietly runs a massage parlor in his home that offers sex for sale.
Nice.
But I know what's really going to get y'all fired up is the protests in Montreal. If you're not already like at them or coming home from them or watching this from a prison cell after being arrested for speaking the truth.
I think they just find people. This isn't America. This isn't
Yeah.
Nazi America. They just give you a fine for public disturbance. However much a tear gas can cost.
I heard some people were arrested.
Maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, here, we'll watch this news clip together and then we'll figure it out from there. So this is what's going down in Montreal.
They had the riot patrol out. They were
Yeah.
hitting people with the bats.
You're giving away all the goodies from the clip, Todd.
No, I don't know if that even happened.
Maybe. Yeah, they didn't film that. They made sure to shut their body cams off during all that shit.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of that guy who was filming it.
But yeah, let me full screen this. If you notice the Native American music, very common in Canadian beatings.
Oh, hold it a little closer, Jay, just a little bit. Right there, right there. Hold it right there. Don't shake it.
Let me just put something under my arm. It's falling asleep. Oh, there.
It's high quality.
Yeah. Picture in picture.
Can you see it?
Yeah. I thought this was the news, not the fucking
No, it's just
Twitter video clips put together.
it's
It's
that
just
is the
someone's
news now.
iPhone videos with all the videos. Nice.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
cuts to an interview soon.
I'm surprised they
They
weren't
just
like
showing.
Dog Girl 69's video on Twitter.
Is this like that like superhero guy, the Super 8? Did you see him?
Oh,
Big 8?
Banal?
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Banam.
That wasn't the Michelin man. That was Banal. Coming to take away your mask because
Oh,
you're gay.
here's the guy. Rewind it a little bit. Here's the first guy.
Because it's first they should let people who are healthy in peace and test and isolate those who are sick and
Yeah.
treat them. There are a lot of good treatment that you can do at home. Costs almost nothing. I'm here to show my support for this movement. What's the movement? The anti-lockdown, anti-COVID restriction movement.
People's Party of Canada.
It's been absurd and it's time for us to Okay, can you just sort of explain to me like what you're for and what you're against so far?
Is this guy a communist?
It's pretty simple.
Is that what that sweater is?
Personal freedom
The
and
opposite, I
respect
hear.
for responsibility.
Oh.
For the rest of society. I have lots of respect for the rest of society. That's
Canadian
why I want to
Q.
open up these lockdowns and get us back to work. What if that caused problems for the rest of society? We have countless examples all over the world and even across our southern border of people pulling these restrictions with no issues. Similar rates of infection. In the U.S. How many people? I don't know the number off the top of my head, but in these states like Florida, like Georgia, like Texas, they've repealed these mask mandates, they've repealed these lockdowns, and they're seeing very similar numbers of infection rates and all this stuff. It's time to open things up.
Everyone over 18 is also allowed to get a vaccine there.
Then they are a solution.
What's that?
Do you believe in vaccines? I
Wait.
believe in vaccines generally.
Yeah.
This vaccine? I have my skepticism about it, yes. All right. Nice to talk to you guys. You guys have a good one. Have a good one.
Yeah, that's it. That's that one. The other
I
clips
wanted
with
yeah,
the
other
riot.
clips are-
There's I don't think anyone's interviewed in the other clip. It's just like the riot patrol coming
Nice.
in. But
Nice. We have Banam in the other one.
no, but no. What were we gonna
Banam?
say about that guy though?
I was hoping he gets interviewed. He's like if he's not drunk, then he's definitely going full retard, full R. Like,
Why is that, Jay? Why?
because
Explain
in
it to me.
Texas, Florida, and Georgia, anyone of any age can go into the hospital or pharmacy and get 2 vaccine shots within a couple of days.
You're saying that's why
So,
they
like-
can open up and have relatively the same infection rates, like he was saying?
Yeah, because there's a certain number of people that don't want to get the vaccine at all or don't have time to, or maybe just don't know how to go to the pharmacy or the hospital because they've been oppressed by the system or whatever excuse they're coming up with
Yeah.
nowadays. And those people are still getting sick and spreading it. But anyone else, they can go get their vaccine and be fully vaccinated. And Biden even said, like, you want to be fully vaccinated? We don't recommend wearing a mask if you're hanging out with other people that are fully vaccinated.
He said outside. Outside.
Outside.
Jay. Be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That was awesome. Did you hear the
I
question?
want to hear about inside, though. Like,
Did-
is
did
there
you-
anyone who's fully vaccinated and also sick with COVID?
I don't know. Yeah, there's probably lots. I don't think it works for everyone. It's not
It's something
100%. And
yeah,
like,
it's something like 5% of people.
and I'm
or
pretty sure
like-
you still get sick. It's just like you don't die. You don't have to go to the ICU.
Cool.
It's the hope.
Yeah.
I think that's the
so-
hope is that you get through it. But yeah,
I trust I trust I trust myself not to end up in the ICU over COVID. Will I die at home? Maybe.
Did
but-
you watch that interview with Biden?
No,
Where he took-
no, I just saw the short interview,
They-
a short of it in the news.
I
What
saw
happened?
a clip. I don't know if it was the whole thing or the clip. It was just a clip, but there was a guy asked him a question like, why'd he wear his mask out to make that announcement?
Nice.
And he was like, "Well, I'm like literally making the announcement like right now." So like that's what I'm saying, and I took it off as I made the announcement. So I'm trying to show everyone. Like you don't
Oh,
have to wear it anymore.
real.
It was like the stupidest question. It was so funny.
One of a Republican asked that question, probably.
Probably it's Fox News. Excuse me.
Yeah, nice. That's the one thing I'm like, is it possible for like journalism to not be biased in the States? Like,
Uh,
they should just have
no.
ex-cons doing the journalist stuff.
Well, a lot of people argue now that like there's no such thing as not being biased. It's like you just have to be true to your biases. It's worse
But
that like Fox News sits there and acts like they're not a right wing political show.
yeah, like I'm just confused though, because there is a lot of people in the US that legally are not allowed, that could be doing this work.
What do you mean? Legally what?
Immigrants and ex-cons could be the journalists.
Why would you want them to be?
Because then there's no bias. At least the political journalists.
How do you know there's no
Like,
bias?
I don't care if they're the
There's
other
also
stuff.
no thoughtful examination of the situation.
True.
Like, what are they? They
And
don't
it's like
know.
lobbying.
They're
Like, they could just get paid to say something that's
like
Democratic or Republican.
like if they want to do that,
Like
if that's
product
their
placement.
passion, I don't think we should like try and force them into that kind of career. Then we're just gonna end up with a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing,
True. That's like slave
trying
labor.
to sell drugs to the fucking prime minister. You know?
That would be pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah, they're probably doing it already.
Yeah.
He's got to get him
I mean,
somewhere.
someone's
know?
got to be giving Biden his Adderall.
Mhm.
Why does it have to be a doctor and not someone who's been to prison?
We know he's getting the good. He's getting the good stuff from made by Chinese scientists
Yeah, the
selling it through
double.
Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. El Chapo. Why do you think
Yeah.
El Chapo's still allowed to walk free? Because he sells Biden the proper addies.
Oh yeah, man.
If he wasn't giving politicians the best drugs in the world, he wouldn't be allowed out in the streets. And then they stomp it and flip it and get all their money that way, so they don't have to take money from the dirty lobbyists.
Yeah, them dirty stinking lobbyists.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
So what do we got? What do you got for us for today, Jay?
we got
What do
some
you got for
police
us?
here. Let's
What
see
do
what
you
the
got?
police are up to in this
Oh yeah,
video.
you gotta show this next clip.
Yeah, I gotta show this next clip. Oh wait, is sound on?
You haven't seen this clip?
There's no sound with this clip.
Might not be. They didn't want
I
to.
have not seen it. The police are on the run though, so that's Canadian police.
No, it just looks like it here, cause like
oh,
at
they're
first-
taking them out.
these are
They
like.
saw it up.
See, these guys have batons here, but right behind
Yeah.
them, you'll see it better in a second. There's like
Nice.
bike police. So I think they biked over and they're using their bikes to like barricade. And if you're watching behind them, those are the police with the riot shields. So the riot shields are rolling out and then they'll fan out and then they'll start pushing back.
Nice. So
you
the
know what
guys
I
with the
mean?
bikes and the tasers are just like,
They're
we showed
covering.
up.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
on bikes.
Yeah.
We're like doing the intel. We're up ahead, so you can know what's ahead of
Exactly.
you.
So here come
How
the
many
boys.
Benoms are in the crowd?
It's crazy
Yeah.
too. They all have numbers on their back. I wonder if they mean something. All the riot guys.
It's just so they know, like, oh, okay, number one's down, number two's down. It's because they all do their laundry together.
It's
They
funny,
need to
too.
separate their stuff.
like you can see, this looks like a city bus here, trying to drive just its regular route. There'll be a guy who like carrying donuts. You know, it's like people are just going about their regular day, and it's like, what's going on here?
Is this one of those live action role plays?
Oh, was that the whole
Oh,
thing?
we
Yeah.
didn't get to see the police what up?
Yeah, no, they murdered the guy that
That
was filming
sucked.
them beat up people, so
Yeah,
couldn't see that
that's-
footage.
sniped him. That's the sniper took him out early on. But yeah, I guess these the largest anti-public health rules protest. They gathered outside of Olympic Stadium. And yeah, what are you saying, Todd?
These motherfuckers. Yeah, I don't know if there was like, I was reading different articles, so I don't know if there was this one just outside of the stadium, or if there was like
Yeah.
multiple of them, or if they started somewhere and then march down to the stadium. I wasn't able to clarify that, but they're.
Oh shit! You shut your sound off.
Oh, sorry.
I heard they've been protesting for a minute.
For a hot minute. Yeah, Quebec's
Yeah, in Montreal.
a bunch of loonies. They're like our Texas. They just want to be independent and shit and like shoot guns
Yeah,
and Muslims.
suck each other's cocks in private. Not have
Suck
to
each
get
other
married.
out. Be in the
Yeah.
gay closet homosexually. Or oh geez, not supposed to say that one anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Just gay. Just stick with gay.
just-
That's what's cool.
That's what's cool.
Man on man.
Yeah, man on man sucking dicks, penises.
69 and yeah. Or just like sucking each other one at a time. Or like
Yeah.
a suck train, you know, like
in the French, in the beautiful French language. Est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? La bibliothèque. Est-ce que tu love you? Looking hard.
Qu'est-ce que c'est le home de Eiffel Tower? That's Eiffel Tower made of men. I don't know my French that well, but you say that when you're in the bathroom, not when you need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And then you get to have a gay orgy if there's enough participants available. So that's why, like, they were trying to get into Olympic Stadium so that they could do the Eiffel Tower.
Dumb.
But yeah, from the very beginning, this is not normal, said one protester clad in white wearing a mask. The reaction of all governments in the West is absolutely not normal.
Yeah, this guy
First-
acts like it's like a conspiracy.
Yeah. First, they should leave people who are healthy in peace and test and isolate those who are sick and treat them.
I think this is
So-
literally the interviews we just watched.
Yeah. The funny thing is the test is voluntary. Like anyone can go get a COVID test if you think you have the symptoms or have been exposed.
Yeah, we should force
So,
people
like-
though. That's what
So
he
like
wants.
this is yeah.
They want. He said he wants healthy people to be left alone, and he wants sick people to be forced to do things. So
Yeah.
anybody but him, he wants to. He wants
Yeah.
to be told what to do.
He wants to be tested and treated if he's sick. There are a lot of good treatments that you can do at home. Yeah, that is that guy. I didn't think he was wearing white. I thought he had like some gay purple shirt on or something. Some straight ass burgundy shirt. Oh, you shut your mic off again.
They just say certain protesters are wearing colored shirts, so they sound like Nazis, or the black shirts, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever those fascist people in Europe were. I don't know if they were Italians or Nazis.
Wait. They were trying to associate white with evil.
That's evil too. I forgot.
Yeah.
White people.
Just white wearing people even at this point. But yeah, government overreach has been absurd. It's time for us to stand up for our rights. I'm for freedom. It's pretty simple. I'm for personal liberty. Okay. Yeah, that's the only article they got in this. Except for on Friday, Quebec's health minister, Christian Dubé, said it was extremely unfortunate that appointments will have to be moved to other clinics to accommodate the people who are being affected because of all the protests. My confusion is like, instead of protesting the lockdowns, why don't you just like drink beer in the streets or something cool? Like, protesting's so lame.
What do you
It's
mean?
like they should just have like a 420.
How are you supposed
rally.
to get your point across?
Like, just do what you normally would? Like,
What-
just show up at the office?
Here's what I
and-
don't understand. The
Yeah.
protesters, they don't like ever like ask for like anything or have like a specific like just like we don't like these things. It's
Yeah.
okay. Like what do you want us to do about it, or what are you specifically talking about? Like I don't like how you guys did it. It's like what the fuck are you talking about? I was just reading about like
You should have left non-sick people alone.
I forget where I was reading about, but somewhere in Asia there was these protests going on, and they had specific changes to the government. They wanted a specific constitutional amendment. They wanted the
Hong Kong?
legislation to be dissolved. No, I think it was like Thailand or something. They wanted
True.
the legislation to be dissolved, and they wanted new elections. And it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, that's precise. That's exactly what you want. Like these people, they're just like out in the streets, like hanging out, like just trying to be dicks. Like they're just trying to stir shit up so that things change. For
Yeah.
some reason, like it's like you got no plan. It's like this what happened to Afghanistan. They didn't have a plan. They fucked up. Now they're stuck.
Yeah. Exactly. You could learn a thing or two from George Bush. Have a plan.
If these Quebecers,
You're mad that they fucked up your dad.
if these Quebecers were left too long, they would end up like Chaz. Except that's what Quebec already wants, to be fucking
Yeah.
independent ass
That's
country.
basically Quebec already. But I don't know. Like you said, these people are dumb. They just have nothing better to do. It's like if stuff was opened up, they'd be at like Just for Laughs festival or like fucking some concert at that stadium or shopping
Oh.
at the mall. But instead, they're like buying things on Facebook Marketplace and saw this group / event that was protest.
They'd be protesting gay pride parades or like Muslims moving here or like.
True. Yeah, they'd be mass shooting these events.
Yeah.
If I know anything about Quebecers,
They'd be trying to
They'd be
smuggle guns across the border so they can kill Antifa members.
yeah, exactly. They'd be protesting the assault rifle ban.
Oh yeah.
They'd be like, not like I need an assault rifle, but I should have a right to own one or 10.
Which I fully
Me and my
support.
family should have a right to practice as a militia.
I fully support. I feel like if it is a weapon, you should be allowed to own it. We should be allowed to
Yeah.
buy tanks. And they should be affordable. I think tanks should be as cheap as hovers.
Well, if the police and SWAT are allowed to use them, why can't I own them and or use them?
Exactly. Exactly.
Like
Level the
someone's
playing
late for
field.
work, I should be allowed to kick in their door and put a gun to their head and get them to the office. If they call in sick, well, that's different. They that's their right. If they don't call in though, how do I know they're not being held hostage in their own home? Potentially by their wife and or children, which is why I shot their wife and children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't put yourself in danger like that. They
Yeah,
might
exactly.
attack you. They might attack
They
you.
could have had a knife. They looked all shifty and stuff.
They tried to stab me when I broke into their home. What was that all about?
Yeah. Yeah, why was his wife trying to unlock the gun safe when I broke into their home with a mask on and an assault rifle?
Clearly she was threatening me.
Yeah. Didn't she understand I'm SWAT, but like a personal SWAT?
I personally SWAT into your house and fuck you up.
Yeah. I don't know what SWAT stands for, but it's like strategical something.
Strategical ways associated with fucking you up.
Tourette's.
Those are the right Tourette's, right?
So like I'm just using my Tourette's on my handgun to destroy you so that I can arrest your family. Or get you to the office so you can get back to work because you did. So I was worried about you.
I was too.
I was worried you were going AWOL on your job.
Can't have that.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. Like just get rid of the COVID restrictions so these people can stop protesting about dumb stuff and start protesting about cool stuff.
Yeah. Like gay pride parades. Those are cool as fuck.
Yeah. But you want to know
what's
real
cool? An old clip of Joe Rogan's where he was playing like a straight pride parade. Have you ever seen that?
No. That sounds
so
awesome.
Funny. Though. The funniest part is they show the clip and he's like, they're all, look at them. They're all unfuckable. Every single one of them.
Yeah. My thing about straight pride parade is like, how could you be proud to be straight?
Yeah, I know.
That's like gayer than being gay. Like I like doing regular things.
Yeah.
It would
what do
be
you mean
like
by regular, Jason?
It would be like me stopping at a stop sign and be like, yeah, this is stop sign pride.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm proud of the controlling traffic. I don't turn right on reds because I respect the red light that much. But yeah. Some people have too much pride, which is how the unfuckables end up at a straight pride parade.
Yeah.
I think anyone that's straight and proud is like fucking.
They're trying, that's them like doing their peacock dance, trying to get some action, you know? They're like, I'm straight. I swear I'm fucking straight.
Nice. They're just trying to get laid by anyone. They're straight. They're at the straight pride parade and
you guys
the gay
straight
pride
too? Yeah.
They're like, who will suck my cock? No one? All right, I guess I will suck your cock and or clit.
Yeah.
First. If you put it in my butt after. But I think, the other thing would be like, if straight pride, isn't that just like having children and not giving them up for adoption?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Or isn't that just like, I thought that was fucking your life up. I thought that was what that was called.
Same thing. But the people with kids don't have time to go to the straight pride parade is what I'm trying to say.
So what are you saying, Jabe? If you give your kids up, you're secretly not proud of being straight? What are you? You're secretly gay? You're in the closet homosexual? Only closeted homosexuals.
You want all the homosexual lifestyles without any of the shame. It's like you want to be able to have vicarious sex and not end up with children. But you have to use a condom or birth control to do it. Meanwhile, me, a smart guy, a genius, an intellectual, some might say, I just suck and fuck and jizz wherever I want to. And no kids have to happen, whether I use condoms or not. So
now you got the old snip. Snip,
I'm gay.
Oh, that's right.
I'm being gay. I'm being a gay.
Fair point.
Yeah. Straight pride's taking birth control. Or wearing a condom. Maybe that's what they should do. Just walk out in condoms only. Like the cool ones, the black tuxedo condoms.
Wearing nothing but one? Yeah,
just nothing but like a black condom.
What is it? So now it's a nudist parade?
That way your penis is censored. It's not nudist, you're still wearing a condom. Oh. Like you can wear socks and shoes and stuff. Or a t-shirt if you want.
Bottoms only. So bottoms only party.
Yeah. Tarps only.
Tops only. Tarps only.
Tops only, you might just get guys who want to fuck in the ass and no one who can get fucked in the ass. So you don't want to confuse too much. But yeah, speaking of all this fun times, aliens are coming. Alberta RCMP 911 dispatcher fielding calls about UFO sightings. So this is in Edmonton.
Like someone called the dispatcher, or the dispatcher called the police?
No, a lot of 911 dispatchers are getting calls in or around Edmonton.
Okay.
The journalist is funny. This is what the subtitle is. Other things aren't necessarily looking up, but we sure are. What a depressed subtitle. He's like, other things in life aren't looking up, but we sure are. But his name's also Bill Graveland, so he's like the Undertaker.
Yeah, he sounds pretty.
He's got a wrestling name. Graveland.
Yeah, he just walks around the graveyard at night. That's where he sleeps, in a shack next to the grave.
Such a fake name too. Like at least choose something other than Bill for the start. Like the most generic name. Be like John Smith. So, a blinding flash of light, something unidentified overhead, or aliens at the door. Somewhere the truth is out there. Canadians appear to be seeing more out there while scanning the night skies in increasing numbers. The COVID-19 pandemic has people spending more time outdoors.
Plandemic.
Led to I don't get that. There's people are spending more time outdoors during the pandemic. I thought it was the opposite. I thought people were saying they're spending more time in their home.
But also outdoors,
True.
not
What were they?
indoors some other places,
Yeah, outdoors at their house.
or
But
in the wilderness where you're not likely to see other people, but then there's a
yeah,
bunch of them.
yeah. Whereas before they were just hanging out in the West Edmonton Mall.
Yeah, now they're all in the woods.
Yeah.
I
So
was
yeah,
reading this
this
article on CTV that was like about how to enjoy yourself while canoeing.
nice.
How canoeing is a great activity to do with COVID-19.
I
Easy to
didn't know you
distance
needed
yourself 6 feet.
unless someone else runs their canoe up on you. Like if you're in
Yeah.
the South China Sea.
Yeah, unless you run into the Chinese militia looking for fish.
Yeah, exactly. They'll just like catch you in a net and drown you. Whoops. We didn't see you there.
We
You're
caught
way too
another Uyghur.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
we call non-Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. That's just Uyghur just means non-Chinese.
Yeah.
The actual problem is that they're Muslims. But yeah, Uyghurs just something they call all non-Chinese people. But I guess I didn't know canoeing was like you needed instructional on how to make it fun.
Like
Like,
someone had to tell you how to do it.
yeah, like canoeing isn't just for sport. That's called rowing. You can also have fun canoeing, doing it recreationally. Remember that activity you used to do for recreation? It can be fun.
I know, and the guy who was like writing the article was looking like such a douchebag. He had like the shaved sides and back with just like the tough faux hawk on the top, and just fucking went to Fanshawe.
Nice. Yeah, he's like mosh pitting. How to have fun moshing. Just in case you forgot, because concerts are banned.
Yeah,
Mosh pits can be fun if you make them so. It doesn't have to be all aggression
yeah.
and release of your inner gay thoughts. But yeah, can it? Unusual calls to RCMP 11 dispatchers. Alberta centers received nearly 900,000 calls last year. It's the unusual ones, not requiring police, fire, EMS, that tend to start out in the minds of the 160 dispatchers. There were definitely some themes about unusual UFO sightings and satellites, said Tracy Duval, acting operations manager in Red. Now I know they're really fucking with us because, like, isn't Lil Duval a comedian? Now they just stole a comedian's name, or is this person maybe related? But we were getting a lot of calls with the SpaceX satellite launches. They're a very specific pattern in the sky. They're not hitting the ground, and we can just explain very quickly to people that there are actual satellites in there. SpaceX is a US aerospace company founded by business mega Elon Musk, in case you've been living under a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Duval said some people are convinced that aliens have already landed and are trying to break into their homes. It makes you
Yeah.
chuckle and you say, "No, I'm pretty sure you're all right." People do think that, she said. This alien has a gun on my head. He made me put a blindfold on. He ushered me into the closet. Now my fridge is empty. No, I'm pretty sure you're fine. Don't worry, that's not an alien.
It's not an alien. Crazy
Oh, thank
person.
you. Thank you. Okay, I'm fine then. Don't send
Yeah.
police.
Honey, the police said it wasn't aliens. We're fine.
Yeah. Honey? Who spilled all this ketchup in my wife's bedroom? Me and my wife have separate bedrooms because I spend all this time looking at aliens. We have situations where people say, "No, it's legit. The aliens are coming." Sometimes it's making sure that they don't actually have someone bringing in their house when they're mistaking it for some extraterrestrial kind of experience. Yeah, sure. That's the first thing they go to. Help, someone's broken in my home. They're like, are you sure it's not aliens? Are you sure this isn't all in your head?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
They just
It could be.
instantly.
Well, I don't know.
Ah,
It's
it is in
not.
my head. That's right. I'm crazy. I
Yeah,
forgot. I'm sorry for
yeah.
bothering you.
I don't know. It's not aliens. If that's what you're asking, well, yeah, then it probably is. Okay. Now hang on. Fucking figure it out. Call us back if it's not aliens. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck. This could just be in my head. Evan Davis of Shellbrook, Saskatchewan. Now they're in a whole nother province without mentioning how that changed.
Fucking
Had his
Canadian
own close
reporters.
encounter while driving to work early in the morning in late February. It was just kind of twilight. The sun was coming up behind me, and all of a sudden there was a flash. Then there was this big, huge fireball, and it was
Oh,
leaving a lit
bang.
trail that stayed for a second or two behind it as it fell. A shooting star, some call it. It's something I won't forget. It was spectacular, and the whole thing lasted about 6 or 7 seconds in total. It lit up the whole sky, and then it was gone. A comet fragment burning up in the Earth's atmosphere did light up the early morning sky over Albertan Saskatchewan. Lee Story was in her home office in downtown Edmonton when she saw the February flash of light streak across the sky. It is pretty cool. It kind of looks like ET. Although I would just think like, oh, a
That's a
shooting
shooting
star.
star? Yeah.
I guess it's a comet that lit on fire when it broke into our atmosphere.
Have you ever
Winnipeg-based
seen a
UFO.
shooting star, Jay? That looks
Yeah,
way different.
yeah. It doesn't look as bright. It looks like a close-up shooting star.
I'd be like, we're dying. Aliens are
Yeah,
coming. Earth is over.
yeah. The sands have broken into the Earth's atmosphere. That's the other problem. Is like, I would just not even. I'm like such a skeptic. I'd be like, yeah, there's no aliens. And if there was, why would they come here and let us know they're coming here? Unless it's to fucking kill us. In which case, yeah, you probably should call 911. But what are they going to do about it?
Maybe we
Send
have
out their-
insight that they need.
yeah, if anything, yeah, probably not.
Humans, we need your help.
Yeah, humans, we need your help. You have precious oil, gold, and diamond resources. We need you to mine them for us so we can take them back to our planet. If you do not, we will blow up this earth.
Yeah.
We will initiate nuclear holocaust. Be kind of cool if that was how the human race ended.
I guess
Instead, we're
so.
probably going to kill ourselves by accident with like climate change or something dumb.
Whatever, Jay. You're such a cynic. We'll be fine. Mutant humans will make it through climate change just fine.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. If you've read the book The Chrysalids, you know they'll have some sort of like mind reading power after too.
Yeah. They'll be able to remove their faces.
Yeah. Something cool like that. But Winnipeg-based ufology research released a survey in March that indicates sightings of USOs across Canada. Levitating discs, erratic lights, and floating triangular objects increased by 46% in 2020. I heard drug overdoses also increased by like 76%. So like, don't take too many psychedelics and think you're seeing aliens. The center's Chris Rutkowski said the total 1243 sightings is one of the highest recorded in a single year. One of the highest. So that means there's another year where they saw more UFOs. A longtime astronomer suggests more people are simply watching the night sky more during the pandemic. It's been a real resurgence in astronomy, said Ron Waldron. Of course, this guy would want to make some propaganda up about astronomy.
Yeah.
President of the Royal Astronomical
What a
Society.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Should kill
People
him.
are, yeah, hopefully, guillotine. People are suddenly noticing the night sky. They haven't taken the time to notice it before. So what astronomers have been watching for years, exactly what it is, people are now looking up and saying, I don't know what that is, so it must be a UFO. Waldron said more satellites are being launched, much to the bane of astronomers, and are visible to the human eye. So is the International Space Station on a clear night. People aren't necessarily able to interpret what they're seeing. There are no more unidentified flying objects up there during the pandemic than there were before.
Bullshit. I don't buy it.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
this pandemic's happening. It's clearing
This
people out
guy
for the human aliens.
is yeah.
Chinese
Not
are
only
working
is
with
this exactly, not only is this guy trying to make astronomy seem cool, he's trying to save all the alien sightings for himself.
them.
So we won't know when aliens are breaking into our homes.
Clearly, he's shilling for the aliens.
Yeah,
They're paying him 2 million septons.
exactly.
Galactic septons. 2 million galactic septons a year. I know.
Yeah.
He's getting ahead of the
He's
curve.
like, that unidentified flying object, don't pay any attention to it. That's just the International Space Station that you've seen before. I'm not going there when they nuke the Earth. I'm not going there with the Chinese presidents when they nuke the Earth.
These are not the Saskatchewan aliens we were looking for.
Exactly. Speaking of Saskatchewan, let's get to that man who promoted traditional family values as a candidate for the People's Party of Canada and has been an
Those
outspoken
communists?
critic of COVID-19. We already went over this. These are not anti-communists.
They sound
They're
communist. Why'd they name their People's Party? That's a
'Cause they're
communist
like-
name.
yeah, they want to be like libertarians. They're trying to take back People's Party.
That's dumb as fuck.
They're like, we the people want to have no rules because we rule.
Might as well name your party Communist Dictatorship Party of Canada. And then say you're for libertarianism. Fucking morons.
The non-communist dictator party of Canada. We do not want to be communists or dictators. Maybe it's like an ironic name. Like, you know how politicians are just liars? They're
Yeah.
like, we're liars also. We're the People's Party of Canada. But we're not actually communists.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
They're gonna change their name to the Canadian People's Workers Democratic Republic Party.
Yeah. Yeah. The Democratic Republic of Canada.
The Nationalist
that's their
Socialist Party of Canada.
Yeah, their first move is to change the name to the Democratic Republic of Canada. And break us off from the British Commonwealth.
Fuck
You know,
'em. Didn't we do
That's
that
the
already?
only. I don't think so. I think Pierre Trudeau just took our Charter of Rights or got us that or something. I don't know. Even U.S. is a British colony.
How's that?
Why else would they get involved in World War One?
Because of the thing that happened. Didn't something happen?
No.
Didn't someone attack them?
No, no one attacked the U.S. in World War One.
What's wrong with you? You're crazy, Jay. You don't know
No.
shit.
Why did U.S. join World War One? U.S. entered World War One because Germany embarked on a deadly gamble. Germany sank many American merchant ships around the British Isles, which
Yeah, I
prompted the
told you,
American
you
entry to the
dummy.
war. So you're telling me Americans are trading with Britain, and that's why they joined the World War, not because they're secretly a British colony and the government is all just created by
Yeah, no,
rich
I
royal
disagree.
families?
I disagree. I think you're being dumb. I think they're on equal footing now. They proved during the Suez Canal crisis. Yeah. Well, maybe during World War One they were still a British colony, but they've surpassed them since then. I think the Canal crisis might have happened post World War Two, but that was
yeah.
when the U.S. started pushing around the Brits.
Yeah. I'm not saying that they're not independent now, but yeah. I honestly am like, you guys lost to us in the War of 1812, and you didn't come
that's-
back and kill the Canadians.
That's a misleading statement. Like, they think they won that.
What did they win? Their border?
Well, the British didn't stay. They still won. There was still another couple of battles. Like, they talk about how they won the Battle of I forget what it's called, some place, and then the British left. But the British
Nice.
like feel like they won because they burned down the White House. Really, we won. The Canadians.
Yeah.
We're the only
Yeah,
ones who
good.
won. They both lost. Britain
I mean-
and the Americans both lost that war. We won it.
Yeah. But now both British and the US get to rob us of our natural resources and take
Yeah.
our power sources
Well,
and get more of the Great Lakes than we do. So it's like
whatever.
we didn't lose, but I don't think we won either. I think
I
everyone
don't
lost that war.
I don't know. We're not even a real country though. Come on, let's be
Yeah,
realistic.
that's true. I just said, we're a British Commonwealth.
We're a federation of non-Americans.
We're no different than any African country that's controlled by Britain and or India
Yeah, exactly.
or Hong Kong.
Except we have such a high GDP. We got to be in the G20. Yay.
Yeah, nice. Our GDP is only that high because of all the natural resources we stole from the Native Americans.
Well, is it stealing if we go to war with them and win?
Fair, true. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's called armed robbery. But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know.
Fair.
I'm definitely not a geopolitical lawyer, also.
Yeah, what's
But
stupid
yeah,
is that we
I tried that at the
we
convenience store, and they called it armed robbery.
what's stupid is that we made
These are my
treaties with them.
Twinkies now.
We made treaties with them where we're like, okay, here's the deal. You guys can have this land. And then we like still just were like, no, fuck that. We're gonna keep this land. It's like, no, like
Yeah.
you made a deal with us.
Yeah. Here's the deal in our English-speaking native language that you guys know none of, other than what we've told you. Potentially the English.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sign here. Yeah, no, we're still gonna take more than we said. We could have lied to you guys, but instead we told you the truth and lied to you, and now we're double dipping.
We're double dipping in that lie.
Yeah. But it's all cool, Todd. Don't worry. The government now says before they recognize the native lands that they stole and are practicing business on and selling to corporations to build large condo developments.
Whatever.
Meanwhile,
They're
get,
outbreeding us
oil,
anyways.
water, and shit.
They're gonna win in
Who?
the long run. They're outbreeding us. The natives.
Hopefully.
I hear they're like the biggest population. I think Winnipeg.
Nice. Hopefully
They're the fastest growing population in Canada. I'm pretty sure at least. Because that's just the way
Maybe
it
that's
works.
that's probably because they don't count all the people immigrating in, that they're like trying to fight the Native Americans.
But I think those are all
reproducing
counted
with,
as
immigrants.
Those are all counted as separate populations.
True.
You know what I mean? Like they're the fastest growing group of
people that came in with Syrian refugees, like, aren't all the same religion?
Well, I
If
might have
so,
been
how
reading
did they
that
end up
stuff
on the
before
same
then.
side as the true? Because I'm like, wasn't the whole Syrian thing like the Sunnis and the something else?
Shiites?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So wouldn't
They're
a lot of
mostly
those?
Sunnis.
Yeah.
If you're
yeah,
Shiite, you
exactly.
supported the government.
Yeah. So I would think that would be the fastest growing population, but maybe I'm wrong. Not saying there's any problem with it. I'm just saying,
Was it
what
that
sort
many
of
people?
propaganda are they getting? Well, it was supposed to be that many
And
people.
then aren't they
Maybe
going
that's why
home?
they released COVID.
Aren't they going
No.
home too? Don't they
Probably-
go home eventually?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think
they
you're allowed
just-
to go home.
Aren't they just here till ISIS is destroyed? Didn't that happen? Maybe
I don't think you're allowed to go home.
Yeah.
Who's
I
going to
don't-
work at our Amazon warehouses, Todd?
We should just
And our
force,
Tim Hortons.
we gotta force them to live on Native American lands. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
All immigrants have to immigrate to Native American lands and develop them and kick off natives.
Oh, yeah. They should do it exactly like they did in the 1800s West.
Yeah.
Like, you guys want somewhere to live? We hear this is open. You just have to go there and settle.
Exactly. That's what we should do. I like that plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Genius.
We
We'll
gotta
let them
develop the Northwest Territories, Jason. It's all about
Yeah.
the Northwest Passage. That's what it's gonna come down to. That's Canadians' future.
I hear there's massive flooding in none of it. Like,
So?
any day now, like Great Slave
Natives live
Lake
there.
and a
Who
bunch
cares?
of the Northwest Territories too.
Who cares?
Yeah, good point.
Natives live there.
They can figure it out.
Fuck them. Is that
Their
from
fault
global
for
warming?
living there.
The
I don't
global
know.
warming flooding.
I think it's something to do with that.
We gotta
Something
build
like
giant.
There's no more perma ice.
I don't care about climate change. I care about the economy. We gotta fucking build giant docks all along the Northwest Passage, so that we can fucking get boats going through there as the ice melts more and more.
Yeah, we should like build some heated fucking machines that like keep it warm so that boats can travel through there year
We
round.
we won't even need to do that. They're saying that it's just opening up because of climate
Yeah, but like
change.
just in case and for a make work
Just
project.
in case
Yeah.
we fix climate change.
Yeah. Like just to be safe, we need to get like some stuff that runs on like gasoline or coal and then have a pipeline run up to
They
there.
they just break it
Like
with the ice with
think about how
icebreakers.
much
They just use
yeah,
giant fucking boats that would
but
ram it
but think
hard.
about how much this would stimulate the economy, Todd. I run a pipeline from Alberta oil sands up to the Northwest Passage and then along the Northwest Passage, and then we just use that to like heat up these heaters that keep the Northwest Passage warm.
How's
And
that
now
supposed
not
to
only
stimulate the
open
economy? And you know
because
how
the
much
building
oil
the
is gonna end up
pipeline.
just getting dumped into the ocean when those fucking pipelines break?
Well, we're not crossing the ocean. We're just crossing a
We're just
bunch of
running
lakes,
alongside of it. We'll
Northwest
get in.
territories. Yeah, exactly.
We'll get in.
Exactly. There'll,
It's
yeah,
like
we'll build.
6 feet away. It'll be fine.
Exactly. There'll be like a concrete barrier there or something. That's going to be a lot of work putting the
Oh
concrete
yeah.
barrier up
Oh
too,
yeah.
in
We
case
should.
like
Why
in
don't we
case
just build
water
like
levels
arbitrary,
rise.
cool-looking things like pyramids and shit? Wouldn't that stimulate the economy?
Probably. I wonder if that's why the pyramids were created. That's what China
Isn't
does.
that
They build
exactly what the fuck they were created for? So that people
that,
came and like
or
looked at them and was like, "That's cool. That's
it
pretty
was
cool."
either that or it was tombs.
Or
But I think
aliens. No, it
or
wasn't
aliens.
tombs. They've
Yeah.
pretty clearly said it wasn't tombs. Like some
You
of
mean
them
they
were,
lied to me in school?
some of them were,
There's no
but
way.
like the big ones were didn't have bodies in them. So how are they tombs? There were no bodies in
Because those people just didn't die yet.
them. They're still alive. They still
Yeah,
rule Egypt to this
yeah.
day.
That's probably where you're probably not allowed in the spot where the bodies go. That's like the Rothschilds pyramid.
Did you know they were all white too? They were
What, the Egyptians?
the pyramids, or at least the big Giza one. It was all white. It had a gold tip.
Nuts.
What's that white? Is it limestone that's white? There's like a
Yeah, yeah.
shiny. Yeah, I think it was. So the whole side of the pyramid was all limestone, and then it had like a gold cap on top.
Ah, that's why they like degrade so quickly.
What do you mean?
I hear limestone's like one of the weakest stones.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that all fell off. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. Then they had to cover the whole thing in gold.
No, they just left it fucking
And that
be
got
underneath the
and that
stone.
got stripped away by the Romans when they came through.
Oh yeah, they came in and took that shit. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh! I spilled my beer everywhere.
Oh, hopefully not on your computer.
No, not on my computer.
I'll tell people about this sex guy while you're cleaning up. But yeah, Trevor Wolk.
Who's sex guy? Oh, the sex parlor guy?
Yeah, yeah. His business came to CBC's attention earlier this year through a tip from a contractor working on Wolk's Regina home, who said he helped install several massage rooms and a sauna. Why would you want to have sex in a sauna? That sounds brutal. Like,
It's
unless
healthy.
this guy's
I think it's really healthy.
maybe this guy's
Isn't
trying
that
to
what Joe
achieve
Rogan's always
enlightenment.
talking about?
Heat
Achieve
shock
enlightenment.
proteins. Yeah.
He was also taking DMT while he was in the sauna.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Where else are you going to listen to the Joe Rogan pod other than in the sauna? When a CBC reporter did an undercover inquiry for services available at Walk's business, he was offered sex by Walk's wife, who works in a massage parlor located in his own home. His wife is a Chinese national currently seeking immigration through the family sponsorship program. The 59-year-old business, this guy's gone too far. Like, I want to punish the Chinese, but I would never do this to a single person unless they were CCP members. Like, then maybe and they don't want to do it. If they do want to do it, I'd be like, nah, we'll find some other work for you. Although, like, now the more that I think about it, I'm like, maybe like
Maybe
dictatorship is cool and like authoritarian regime is pretty like convenient.
it is.
And you don't have to like deal with all these fucking stupid ass protesters who are like, we
know,
should be
man.
free
At least
to
they're
get
building their
COVID
infrastructure.
credit. Yeah,
These
that too.
fucking
And they
democracies
get, like,
won't fucking fix a goddamn pothole.
right now they have like some sort of sunshine festival or strawberry festival that's like 5-day holiday. I'm like, do these guys not normally get weekends off or something? Like, I wish we had a 5-day holiday.
Yeah, man. Well, I think what's happening is as China's economy continues to stimulate and the minimum wage continues, or the average wage continues to go up, they all continue to gain more political power as the middle class grows. You
Nice.
know, so
Yeah,
they can ask for more things.
eventually they're gonna be like as advanced as Norway.
From what I understand, though, I heard this Chinese girl talking about how Xi Jinping, apparently his plan, like what he's been trying to do is he saw like the old attempts at communism as a failure, because communism's got to come from the bottom up, from the people. So
Yeah.
he thinks that the way to create a communist society is to create an ultra capitalist society that is so has such wide income disparity that the bottom class is forced to create a communist society. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah,
trying to,
you've got to create a welfare state, is what he's saying,
yeah.
basically.
He's like, you got to
So
create
that
huge
would
income
rebel
disparity. Yeah, exactly.
are all rely on sucking on the teat of the rich, and the rich all have such fucking opulent wealth that they're like, this works for me, and don't care about helping keep the poor alive. Well, that's what they're kind of where the U.S. is going towards, with steal from the rich and Biden's whole schemes.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny that people hate on socialism so hard when like those countries are the happiest ones on the planet. I'm not saying like the authoritarian dictatorships of North Korea and China,
Yeah.
and Russia. I'm saying like Norway.
Do you believe those
Like,
polls though?
yes, those people work
In
30-hour
those
weeks
in those
and they
dictatorships?
pay 40% of their income.
Would you really want to live in Scandinavia? I hear that
Yes.
guy fucking he gives people free healthcare. He takes your money to give people free healthcare.
Yeah. That sounds like what they want to do in China and the US anyways. Like why
I'm just kidding.
why not just skip the whole political hoopla stuff where they're like, nah, maybe we
Hoopla.
should just give them all the
Hoopla.
healthcare they need unless it costs under $1,000 like most
I don't know.
treatments do.
They're pretty
Then we
pissed
can
off in
save the
Sweden
government a
these
lot of
days.
money.
There's a lot of anti-immigration protests going on in Sweden these days, Jay.
Yeah, they're the 60 people that are wearing hijabs are no longer
Oh.
allowed. Or niqab,
Oh.
sorry.
Man,
It's
I heard they took in like
crazy.
they took in like half the size of their total population into their country when they took in the immigrant crisis, something like that.
Nuts.
They took in
I
a
haven't
huge
heard
amount
that.
of people.
But I've heard there's only like 120 people or like 60 people or something small like that wear niqabs. But
Well,
you're
I
not
don't
allowed to wear face
I don't know
coverings.
what the niqab thing you're talking about. Is that
That's the face
like I thought
covering.
they were mad about immigrants coming there, not that they were wearing masks. They're mad that
No.
immigrants are coming there and they live in these
They
like
voted they can't
societies
wear
that
face
are
covering.
really crime ridden.
Oh, interesting. Because they wouldn't let them into their own societies.
Yeah.
Maybe
Sure,
if they
that's
just
why.
gave them the good office jobs, you wouldn't have to worry
Exactly,
about the
man.
income.
I think it's all refugees should automatically get a CEO position at a company. Like CEOs should be obligated to step down and build a new company and give their company to refugees
Yeah, and women.
and women.
Refugee women.
Yeah.
The Fortune 500 wouldn't have a woman CEO problem if they
Did
all
you
just
see-
quit.
I saw somebody tweeting that recently.
Yeah.
Big politician was tweeting that there's no women in the Fortune 500. What a tragedy.
Has she not heard of Pepsi and Yahoo? There's
Are they
there's
women?
like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because Apple has a gay retard, I identify with Tim Cook, doesn't mean that
She
we're
gay?
not allowed. Yeah, he's outspoken gay.
Oh yeah. It's going hard in the paint.
Maybe he's a liar. Maybe he just says he's
He
gay.
hosts his own parade.
Yeah. He's gay because it's convenient. He wants to be part of the boys club.
Oh, he's conveniently gay. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so happens he's gay.
He only sucks penises that open doors.
Yeah, exactly.
He only
And then closed
sucks
doors
actual
behind him.
knobs.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, speaking of sucking knob, the 59-year-old businessman says the massage workers he works with are qualified to offer traditional Chinese medicine techniques. And he
What's
rejects
that?
the notion,
Blowjobs?
yeah, and he rejects the notion that prostitution is involved, though he admits he can't be certain. Now, that is a good businessman. I can't say for sure whether there is prostitution or not. You're going to just have to come and find out for yourself. See, because you're not legally allowed to solicit prostitution outside of the home. But once you're in the home, you can make a deal for sex.
Is that fair? Is that real?
Yeah, that's Canadian law.
Is that right, Jay? Why are you
It's like
so
you can't
versed in
solicit
prostitution law?
because I like to make money.
I
All
like
about my paper.
all about that paper.
Yeah, not unlike Tim Cook. I will suck a knob if it gets me ahead. But the police will not let me offer that in the streets.
Yeah.
As far as I've been told, maybe they're lying to me. Uh, I don't know. They maybe suck their cock in their car afterwards and then let me go.
Bitch, don't lie to me.
So maybe they're just tricking me into a free jobby.
Yeah.
I'm not in the room. I don't have cameras in the rooms. I can neither prove if they do or if they don't, he told CBC in an interview. What they do behind their closed doors of their massage clinic is up to them. Woke said he does advise the massage parlor workers that having sex with clients could risk their license and registration. In 2019 federal election, Woke ran in the riding of Regina as an anti-abortion, pro-family values candidate for the People's Party of Canada. Maybe they're just related to the Chinese People's Party. They're just an affiliate of it.
That's a communist party.
Yeah, but
Or do you think
this
it's
one
just
isn't
like
though.
it's just like a anti-Canadian party? Like, they don't really care. They're just against the government and funded by Chinese communists.
Yeah, exactly.
The
They're like,
Chinese Communist Party.
we want all the properties to be owned by Chinese. You should have to. Not even Canadians can buy property. They can only rent from Chinese.
Or does China have a People's Party? Do they have a
I thought
party?
that's what the CCP stood for.
I thought it was the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, that's probably it.
CCP. I think
Yeah, Chinese
like
people.
Chinese what? Chinese Communist people?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the CCPP?
They didn't want to say the second P is silent.
It's second P.
It's
It's
not
a
a party.
party.
They're serious. The communist Chinese peoples. Unlike here, where government and politics are a joke, so they call it a party. His candidacy was given a perfect score by the Campaign Life Coalition, a prominent anti-abortion organization. In March 2020, Woke formed his own political group, the Prairie Conservative Association. He told CBC the Freedom Alliance, a group of fighting the government COVID-19 measures, is a subcommittee of the PCA. The Freedom Alliance made national news in January when it protested government masking and lockdown measures by demonstrating outside the home of Saskatchewan's chief medical officer. Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe called the protesters a group of idiots. But Woke said the stunt was wildly successful. In Woke's public campaigning, CBC was unable to find any mention of his role in the massage parlor network. He said that's by design. Yeah, why would he say I own a bunch of massage parlors? They even had to try to figure out from fucking who was that dumbass who ran for the Conservative Party and lost? Who was like an insurance broker's assistant
Stephen
or something?
Harper?
No, the guy after him. And Andy.
Kevin
Andrew.
O'Leary? Oh, Andrew
No, the guy
Scheer.
before him. Yeah, Andrew Scheer. They couldn't even figure out what he did.
What do
Like,
you mean?
this isn't, you don't, when they were like, oh, what did is he a career politician? Like, they
Oh,
had
yeah,
to
they don't
keep
have real
saying that
jobs.
before he was like, oh, no, I'm not a career politician. One time as a
Yeah.
summer intern, I worked at an insurance
They shouldn't
brokerage.
even have fucking. They shouldn't even be paid. You should have a real job.
Yeah.
Fucking fund your own jobs, man. Jesus Christ. Like, all
If
these
they-
guys do is they make
Purely through
decisions.
campaigning.
What's that?
They should be paid only through campaigning. Like, if lobbyists are going to give them
Fund
money,
yourself.
donators are going to give them money.
Fund
Why do they have
yourself.
to take-
Exactly.
Money too.
Yeah, why do we have to pay you, and why do you get to decide how much we have to pay you? Like, what the fuck's
And
that all
if
about?
they do get paid, it should just be minimum wage. Like
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
if that's what you're going to tell people they deserve to get paid and can live off of. Why do you get 6 to 7 times that?
Yeah, and a
Depending whether
pension.
you're just in a
Fuck your
party or
pension. You shouldn't get a pension.
yeah,
Fuck you.
100%. Like, what are you, a teacher? And even teachers, why do they get pensions? They get summers
Yeah.
off. That's a
What?
pension.
What's that all about? How
Yeah.
about your pension's based on how many kids you fucking taught and then went through university?
Yeah. Your pension should be based on all the kids you teach, you get 0.1% of their income
Yeah.
over the minimum wage.
Of
So
their
if they just
taxable
make minimum
income.
wage, you don't get any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just their take home. Well, yeah, I mean, you get to would have to cook it into the tax somehow to pay the teachers. But that's your pension.
Convoluted, but we could do it.
Yeah. That would be pretty sick, actually. Maybe we'd get some better teachers instead of a group of idiots.
I think there needs to be some teacher reform. They are a bunch of fucking idiots. It blows my
Yeah.
mind that they can't be fired too for like almost anything. You know,
Yeah,
they got
other than
fucking,
like having
what's it
sex
called?
with children.
Yeah. Other than something explicitly illegal, even then,
Even
usually you
then,
gotta
if they
ask
did it
them
outside
not to
of
do it
work,
once first.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they had sex with kids that weren't at the school they teach at, it's a different story. if just because they're friends with Jeffrey Epstein doesn't mean they shouldn't be a teacher.
They just walk into the courtroom. They're like, "Don't worry, I don't shit where I eat. All right."
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. They're like, give this guy back his job and pay him for the time he was gone. But yeah, Woke says there's a stigma attached to these businesses in town and people don't like it. So I don't flaunt it. I'm sure anybody half sane would understand why I keep that pretty low profile. Despite that, he says his activities have earned him some unwelcome attention from police and health officials. Every few weeks they're showing up. They basically trespass. They
Well,
come
if
in and
they-
they try to
If
intimidate
they
me.
would legalize it and regulate the industry, he wouldn't have all these issues. This is what
Yeah.
the real problem is. All
Well,
right.
Regina has been moving to regulate body rub establishments.
Good.
And Walk said the massage parlor in his home and the 11 others he helps manage are being targeted because city's officials have wrongly deemed them prostitution dens.
Which also should be legal.
Yeah.
Like Australia. It's going great
the
for
end-
Australia.
Yeah, exactly. And Nevada, at the end of April, a new bylaw kicked in that could force these businesses to move to industrial parts of the city and comply with a host of new rules.
Why? So
So
everyone
you-
gets cancer when they want to fuck a prostitute? That's some bullshit. What's that all
Well,
about?
basically, it's like this guy's neighbor is probably kind of mad. He's like, they're having sex today, and I'm just at home
Okay.
trying to do business calls.
Why industrial though? Why not zone it commercial?
That's a good
Or
question.
why not create a new district, like a red light district? That'd be fine too.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to do: revive the industrial places. It's like the meatpacking district.
I guess they're
They're
like,
like-
that's where all the customers are anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyone who doesn't
Exactly.
work, anyone who wants to go to these places that doesn't work in the industrial park wants to keep it a
Yeah.
secret. So
Put them
might
where
as
the
well put 'em
Syrian
there.
refugees work.
Yeah. that's who we want employed there.
Yeah, they spent
That's
3
all they're
years
good
coming-
for anyways. Why the fuck else we let them in the country?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
but
just
this
kidding,
is
Jay.
argument why it's
Jeez.
cool. I was hoping you were serious, but now I'm kind of upset.
Yeah.
There's no young girls being traded into sexual slavery. There's no blatant prostitution going on. Well, no wonder the police keep showing up. They're like, when are you gonna have the fucking young girls here? Like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have to keep coming back if you just would give us the young girls.
If you just would buy some people from our undercover cop.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe it's racketeering. You ever heard of it? The police want their money, buddy.
Yeah.
Just pay them. They won't come around anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, they will help you find young women to be
They
prostitutes.
keep insinuating that he needs to bribe them. And he's like not getting
Yeah.
a hint. They're like knocking
Yeah.
stuff over.
He's like, "Are you sure it's not a pro? Are you sure you couldn't use young adults at this prostitution den? I mean, maybe if we had a couple $1,000s each month, we could help you find young adults for your prostitution den." Walt claims he provides management services to 80 massage parlors located in Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, and Ontario. He said he's working with 12 in Regina alone. He said he does their advertising, negotiates agreements, interacts with government officials,
So he's a pimp.
does any other work that requires English language proficiency.
He's a
Woke
pimp.
notes that,
He's a pimp.
yeah, notes most of the clinics are owned or run by Mandarin speakers. CBC has only been able to verify his connection to 4 massage parlors in Regina, 2 on Toronto Street, 1 on Lawrence Street, 1 on Victoria Ave, where he lives. Woke refused to provide the names or locations of any other facilities connected to. When asked how his massage business fit with his promotion of so-called Judo-Christian values, Woke had a ready answer. You name me one Bible passage that says there's any prohibition against massages. They don't exist. He pointed that there's multiple passages that talk about prostitutes helping Jesus and his disciples.
Yeah.
That prostitution is neither forbidden in the Bible
This guy's a
nor in
baller.
Canadian law. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a
He's
pimp. I just help girls find customers and make sure
He-
they do it in a safe and secure manner and make sure they get paid.
Jesus would have done it.
Jesus would have done it. That's actually what they call me on the street. Jesus.
Yeah, they call me
Street Jesus. They call me Street Jesus.
And if they don't call me Street Jesus, they get the pimp hand.
I fucking backhand him with all my rings on. The diamond studded ones.
Yeah. Oh, if they really get lippy, I flip my rings inside out and I smack them with the open hand.
I am a legitimate businessman.
Yeah. Don't make Mr. Woke smack a bitch. Well, it's illegal to sell sex in Canada. It is illegal to buy or advertise sexual services. It's also against the law to live on the material benefits derived from sex work. So I don't understand. Like, is it like you have to be not for profit?
No, I read about it before. It's like it deliberately legal but like illegal. So how it works is like you can like you gotta like you can't hand them the money. It's gotta be like a gift. Like you gotta be like, I'm donating this money to you for your services. You can't explicitly have a price.
Oh, nice.
It has to be considered a donation, but you can ask for a specific donation amount.
So, like, if I showed you a menu, and you're like, "Yes, I would like to donate this much for that much time,"
yeah,
then we
it's
just
fair.
Yeah, we just made a deal that's not a transaction.
You also can't hand it to them. Has to be left there.
Nice.
a rig
So kind of
around.
like how if you're a grower and you just sell someone a jar or stickers,
Yeah.
you can fill the jar with weed
It's-
and it's okay.
Yeah, it's like the same as like or making like if you make your own liquor, like you can give you can't sell homemade liquor, but you can give people liquor and they can donate you money for the liquor that you've given
Nice.
them.
Sick.
And that also isn't allowed to be taxable money.
Yeah, so
You know?
DM us, text us, or email us if you want to buy a jar or some stickers filled with your choice of liquor and or marijuana and or cum.
All of which is free donation pending.
Yeah. If you buy one of our jars, we will give you
If you
the
buy a
right
jar
liquor
of cum,
thing
it
inside
comes
of
with
it.
liquor.
Yeah. If you buy a jar, it comes full of cum and with liquor. Not to be confused.
Special
I've done
bits.
that once. Unless you like White Russians, it's disgusting. Woke, who is originally from Manitoba, has led a life filled with drama. CBC learned the businessman filed for bankruptcy in 90 and again in 2004. He declared he had debts of almost 500,000 and assets of 500. Woke gained notoriety in Manitoba in 2004 after pleading guilty of one count of evading provincial sales tax through his computer and telephone consulting business, TKW. He was assessed an $80,000 fine, which the Winnipeg Sun reported was the largest ever levied in Manitoba. In a sworn affidavit in the Manitoba Court of Queen's Bench, one of Woke's former employees, Daniel Young, described a March 2003 meeting of TKW's management team. Young swore in the meeting Woke admitted he hadn't paid any provincial sales tax to the Manitoba government since the company was founded in 2000, and that because TKW was registered as a home office at an employee's address with one employee, an investigation of the unpaid tax liability would be unlikely. He also stated that he would destroy all documents long before any auditors came in. Woke counters that that's a lie, insisting he's just an honest businessman who got shafted by his business partners. While Woke was campaigning as a candidate for the People's Party in 2019, Regina radio station asked him why people should vote for him. He replied, "My integrity is unimpeachable, and I have distinct inability to lie." Woke ran on the platform that included eliminating the carbon tax, restricting trade with China and other countries that don't share Canada's traditional Western values, and reducing the number of immigrants that come in through the family reunification program. So literally, what his wife is doing, he ran on the opposite of that. He lost the campaign, receiving about 1% of the vote. In a letter dated Jan 15, the PPC removed Walk as a member in good standing after investigating a series of complaints about him, concluding he had demonstrated a pattern of poor judgment. Walk, who posted a letter on his Facebook page, says the party never specified what he's alleged for doing wrong. But yeah, there's too much shit going on here. But yeah, let's get into the tip CBC received.
What tip?
So, Grant, who had been doing renovations on Walk's Regina residence, said Walk was running his political organization in the same home he was operating a massage parlor. Kind of just blew me away. All this was happening in the same house. I thought that was pretty bizarre.
Why?
Grant said he reached out to CBC after Walk failed to fully pay him for the work.
Why is it bizarre?
Because yeah, it says, I'll read what he said after that.
Okay.
Walk said the contractor had been spreading unfounded rumors about Walk's marriage in 2020 to a Chinese national. She lives with him and works in the home-based massage parlor. Folks spread it all over social media that I'm somehow illegally sponsoring my wife. Not an iota of honesty in that. I can understand why people might have these thoughts, but they don't know me.
You don't know me.
CBC asked Grant or anyone else had been spreading such rumors online. He didn't provide any. Walk insisted everything about their marriage is by the book. We're a loving couple. We're hilarious together. When CBC texted one of the massage parlors connected to Walk, asking about available services, the attendant replied, "Very good massage with condoms. Having sex." An ad for a different cleaner featured scantily clad women with faces obscured, promoted an ultimate massage experience with a woman named Lily. The ad said she was the most beautiful professional masseuse in Regina, who would provide relaxation or professional laser massage, and that she is a trained acupressure massageologist. And then this image, which was in his home, appeared on a site. So this is why it was so weird, Todd.
Oh.
Because he was just like probably had an office that was all both stuff. Oh, sick! They got a menu here. The ad said service would cost 60 plus tips for 45 minutes, 80 plus tips for an hour. The price went up during the text exchange with Lily.
Nice.
She said it was 200 for 45 minutes and 250 for an hour.
Nice. Those are some sick deals.
Yeah, exactly. Not too. I mean, if you can last an hour, how long is the 10 minutes or 5?
Yeah.
60 minutes just massage or sauna and bath back rub, 100 plus tip. The full service, which starts at 2 hours, provides 2 and sexual counters. Are you coming now? You pay for 2 hours, you get 2 times of sex. You got it, baby? 2 hours is pricey. $450? Shit. Why not just get 45 minutes and then get another 45 minutes later? That's only $200. 30 minutes is like $150. Maybe $180. I don't know. Can't see that part. But I'm trying. During the text exchange, she added that the full service. Okay, that's all good. Will acknowledge he runs a massage parlor. Woke said he prefers to call it traditional Chinese medicine. Woke said the owners of the clinics he works with don't speak much English. Every owner has university degrees and training to practice Chinese medical medicine services. CBC asked Woke who Lily was. Lily is my wife.
Yeah.
CBC noted that Woke calls his wife Judy on his personal Facebook page. Marketing, she's Lily. As my wife, she's Judy. Walk said he writes advertisements for the facilities he represents, including the one in his home, and acknowledged he uses images of his wife. She is a very beautiful woman. And then here's a picture of his wife.
Nice.
Yeah. Walk confirmed the person CBC reporter had been texting was his wife on her personal cell phone. He agreed that she was offering sex for price. But Walk insisted this is just bait and switch advertising. In other words, she was falsely promising sex for cash. Don't confuse marketing for. I can guarantee you my wife does not provide sexual services. Walk said his wife books appointments and welcomes guests to their home, in addition to modeling and texting their personal customers. He said if undercover reporter had arrived at his house, Lily would have answered the door. She's the one in advertisement. They meet the woman in the advertisement. She welcomes them to the area. She would make sure you were comfortable, give you a glass of wine. He would bring in an attendant who would give you a massage and nothing more, he said. CBC asked Walk how he was able to build a business based on deception, promising sex but failing to deliver. We don't seem to have any problems finding customers, he replied. And then, yeah. This is funny. She wouldn't confirm her certification, but they can write an $80 receipt for massage. And she said each receipt can only be written for $80. You can separate a few different dates. Can also, okay? Walk confirmed the clinics he's associated with offer receipts that enable clinics to be reimbursed for treatment from a wide range of health insurance companies. We're registered, licensed, insurable TCM Health Practices Clinic. This is crazy. It's essentially the same as the Massage Therapy Association of Saskatchewan. And then they show a receipt. This just keeps going over the same shit. I don't got time to keep going over it because CBC's like that. But that shit is fucking nuts.
Yeah, that is some fucking crazy shit. I love it.
Yeah, this guy's such a fucking businessman.
I know. I'm currently trying to set up a similar model now that I'm hearing about this.
Same as the Massage Therapy Association
on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So
it's called East Coast Chinese Medicine Massage.
Filipino. We got more Filipinos out here. You got you want to wrap this up soon or what's going on?
Yeah, let's just go over the psychedelics making their way back into church, and then we'll get the frick out of here.
Get the flock out of this flocker.
Yeah, get the fudge. We're gonna fudge out of this joint.
Finally do the thing the title was named after. Finally do the story that we gave the title for after the one guy watching the live stream already took off.
If you came to psychedelic church, you would know.
Yeah.
That guy watching the live stream was a jackass. I don't even see any. Maybe we don't have the live chat going. That's our fault. Whatever. But yeah.
No.
If he was still here, he'd get to hear this good shit.
Yeah. Instead he laughs like a pussy.
Yeah. So we didn't get to hear about Jews, Christians, and Muslims reclaiming ancient psychedelic practices that could help with legalization. Some advocates are focusing on the spiritual side of psychedelics as a way to criminalize through religious exemption. And if you don't know this already, there's like mad peyote churches, legal ayahuasca churches spreading across Canada. Like, it's all over the place. Neo-American church. But yeah, a psychedelic trip can be among the most sacred experiences of personal life. Oftentimes, cannabis legalization is seen as a model for psychedelics, with like medicalization and decriminalization being the breaking ground. But we're seeing a third way of using psychedelics, getting legal sanction for the spiritual or religious use of psychedelic substances, which among a variety of traditions are deemed to be sacred tools used in holy ritual trials. No, we're not talking about newly formed weed or psilocybin churches that are built around using controlled substances under religious protection, but rather long-established religions that include the use of psychedelics in contemporary practice. In a small but growing movement members of Abrahamic faiths are incorporating ethnogens into their own practices and referencing biblical traditions as precedents for doing so. So they must watch Joe Rogan and have read The Immortality Key or watch our podcast and heard about it. And now they're like, that sounds fucking sick. Church has been so boring lately. I want to do some acid while I'm there.
Exactly. Which is fair. I understand the sentiment.
Exactly. So take, for instance, quickly growing meetup group called Faith Plus Delics, run by plant medicine law group founding partner Adriana Kurtzer, which has grown to dozens of members in less than half a year, drawing rabbis, priests, scholars, and practitioners of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Then there's the Jewish Ethnogenic Society on Facebook, boasting close to 1,000 members, not to mention the upcoming Jewish Psychedelic Summit, where dozens of speakers are slated to present on ancient psychedelic ritual and religious frameworks, Jewish shamanism, and contemporary practices. One of these organizers is Madison Margolin, an author of this article. For more than half of the past decade, Madison, who is Jewish, had observed and participated in prayer circles and Sabbath rituals involving magic mushrooms, ayahuasca, MDMA, cannabis, and other ethnogens. No one else was on them, but she didn't tell them she took them. No, I'm kidding. I made that part up. But might be true. As one underground guide from a Hasidic background who serves plant medicine within the Jewish community puts it, these plants are teachers and healers, helping our people heal from traumas that they have been going through for thousands of years, as minority people in Europe and other lands, helping us embrace our true nature, what we're born from, and our roots. By working with plant medicine like ayahuasca, many in the community, he says, have transformed their relationships with their spouses, employees, God, religion, and themselves. Ritual plants can be practiced in a non-pagan way, but integrated into the sacred of all religions. It's not all New Age spiritualist approaches being applied to established religion either. Archaeological evidence shows the presence of cannabis residue at holy biblical sites in the ancient city of Tel Arad in Israel, while scholarships also point to the use of acacia wood containing DMT and a cocktail of other ethnogens used in Israelite incense rituals, as well as cannabis, in Christ's holy anointing oil. But the question remains, for those who incorporate psychedelics into their contemporary practice of well-established religion, is there legal protection to do so? To start, the First Amendment offers protection for religious observation and practice. Religious freedom is regarded as the first freedom and is the first thing in the First Amendment, explains Gary Smith, General Counsel of the Peyote Way Church of God, and founding partner of the Guidant Law Firm, which handles cannabis and plant medicine cases. Congress cannot establish or qualify any particular religion. From that perspective, no one needs to go to the government to get permission for the religious use of any substance. There is no Department of Religion. That being said, you need to have the ethnogen at the heart of your religious observation. It can't be merely incidental, but rather a bona fide sacrament. Take, for instance, the Tel Arad archaeological dig, where cannabis and frankincense were found in the altar at the entrance of the Holy of Holies. Is that enough to make the argument Judaism is modern expression should include cannabis? Maybe. If you can prove that there's historical precedent, I think you have a historical argument. But absent that, you need to be people to come together in some form of Jewish congregation in good faith with a bona fide argument that cannabis is a central sacrament of their iteration of worship. Then under RFRA, it would be the federal government's burden to prove it has the compelling interest to regulate on top of that practice. So the Religious Freedom Restoration Act prohibits the federal government from sustainably burdening a person's exercise of religion, even if the burden results from a rule of general applicability. In other words, even if a substance like ayahuasca is federally illegal, groups using it for sincere religious purposes may be able to seek our protection. But proving sincerity of the religious practice is another feat altogether. The catch-22 is that anyone pursuing this religious freedom, until the court rules the practice is compliant, there will be an omnipresent potential for discrimination.
It's just so arbitrary. Like, what makes a religious practice sincere?
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Who are you to say?
I guess, like, the best thing to do would be record it.
Well, even then, like, someone else is deciding what's spiritual to you. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck
I'm
off.
practicing Satanism.
Yeah, I'll do whatever I want. Worshiping the asshole god of farts. I love to sniff
The
farts.
flying spaghetti
I love
monster.
to take LSD and sniff farts.
Pastafarian.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the pastafarians and shit. That
Yeah.
stuff, it's just like they just got the right idea. It's like, what, this is so arbitrary. Like, who the fuck are you guys to decide what's religious, what's not, and like make it all the same, level playing field.
Yeah, that's exactly like the Satanists. They're like, there is no God, so it doesn't matter that we worship Satan. And then people get mad about that.
I know. I loved when they
Which
were
is like, isn't that the whole idea of you going to church? Is that you don't have to worry about these idiots that are going to go to hell?
Yeah,
or whatever,
exactly.
like practicing your religion.
No, they want to force everyone to be saved.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I know they kept rolling out their statue of Beelzebub or the devil or whatever.
Baphomet.
Yeah, every time like a local government wanted to put up something religious like the 10 Commandments out front of their parliament stuff, they'd roll that out and be like, we want to put this up. We want this right next to it.
Yeah. Baphomet with the children.
Yeah.
So good.
They're there with they're there dressed up as like giant child babies, and they got leashes on and shit, chain leashes. They're so funny.
We want the religion of rap drugs pod to be there.
Oh yeah.
It's a mushroom with headphones on. Like a 30-foot tall mushroom.
It's gold. Solid gold.
He's got AirPod Maxes on, so he's very relatable. But yeah, truth be told, whether a psychedelic substance can legally be used in religious ceremony is unsettled law.
Whatever, fuck them.
With the exception of religious exemptions offered to the Native American Church to use peyote, and the Llano do Vegetal and Santo Daime churches to use ayahuasca. So there's precedents. That means any church can use psychedelics, and it's okay. Because these guys set precedents by allowing exemptions.
Precedents?
Yeah.
Not presidents?
Precedences. Presidents.
Okay, yeah.
If I were speculating about whether or not a currently established religion could use a controlled substance, I would consider the fact UDV and Santo Daime are syncretic religions, merging elements of other religions together. Says Ismail Ali, Policy and Advocacy Council for MAPS, and also advises the church in the area of this law. Ali explains, they take elements of minority religion and apply it to majority religion and apply it to minority religion. So looking at that, I think it does make in some ways more plausible that a community using ethnogenic substances that is basing off a currently established religion might be more likely to get an exemption. It's like you're creating a different sect of an already established religion, explains Serena Wu, founding partner at Plant Medicine Law Group. It's a difficult situation here. There has to be something unique about this particular religious practice that is different from traditional Jewish or Christian or Muslim practice. So the difference could be you take psychedelics and they don't, and you're cool with it and you think God's cool with it. Is that not different enough?
Yeah. Apparently
but
not.
Then the question is, why would one incorporate ethnogens into their religious practice if there are folks practicing the same religion who don't feel the need to do so? Those other people are not the chosen ones.
Yeah. They actually worship Satan and don't realize it. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. They were tricked by man-made changes to their religion over time.
The snake tricked them into stop eating the apple. That's what happened.
Exactly. If it's more than just getting around the Controlled Substances Act, Wu explains, the individual will need to articulate how the use of ethnogen applies to religious practice in a central way. A court would look to see whether you are just now coming up with this idea like some weed churches, and they will start to question if you have a sincerely held belief. I believe religion's bullshit unless you're high on psychedelics.
Then it's awesome and smart and correct.
Yeah. There are also other offensive litigation mechanisms, like filing for declaratory or injunctive relief to get the court to say what your rights are and possibly issue an order to restrain the federal government from violating your rights. Currently, the Church of the Eagle and Condor, in collaboration with Chukaruna, are using a novel strategy, she explains, in regard to cases in which ayahuasca was seized by the Customs and Border Patrol at the border. The church will, among other things, file Freedom of Information Act requests to figure out what happened to the seized ayahuasca and establish a legal process to return the sacraments to the churches. Indeed, the DEA is yet another hurdle. So, the lawyer Ali, the core thing to know is that in order to apply to the DEA for exemption, you have to say that your use of the substance is necessary for your practice, with necessary being the key word. And yet you will also have to stop using it while you're waiting for the DEA to respond. The paradox there is quite apparent. Ali explained, showing that all available remedies have been tried before judicial solutions are available. So if there is an available remedy such as the DEA process, if it's legitimate, then the courts won't necessarily see the case unless the group gets denied through that process first. What frustrates the situation, however, is when the DEA simply does not respond to the request, what some have experienced as all common strategy of the agency, thereby keeping a group from taking further action without an official rejection.
Dumb.
Yeah. So we'll end it with this last paragraph here. With evidence mounting for incorporation of psychedelics into contemporary Abrahamic religious practice, it may become easier to make a case that these substances are indeed central and necessary. Indeed, in Madison's 7+ years of reporting on the overlap of religion and psychedelics, we've observed that for those who otherwise would not be practicing religion altogether, including secular raised folks lacking religious inspiration, as well as those who fled from hard Orthodox backgrounds, psychedelic spirituality through ayahuasca, LSD, mushrooms, and other hallucinogens used during holidays and rituals has been the only means by which they've been able to meet their religion. Many people have resistance to their religion, the Underground Plant Medicine Guide says, but I feel that the medicine is incredibly healing, helping us shed our ancestral baggage, getting over these humps, and connecting to the Creator. So exactly like we said, like religion's fucking lame as shit and bullshit unless you're high on psychedelic drugs.
Which is just facts.
Yeah. Which is why y'all come to the Rap Drugs Church after you take your psychedelics.
The Church of the Psychedelic Drugs.
So don't forget to send your tithings to paypal.me/rapdrugspod, especially if you want to help us build a concrete land bridge from Canada to the US. Check out last episode if you want to hear more on that. New merch coming soon. Once all this shit's sold out at teespring.com/store/rapdrugs. Follow us on Twitter. We'll post some cool stories that got memes in them. Might end up coming back on IGTV sometime soon. You'll just have to follow to wait and see. Follow us on Twitter. You would have heard about these religious churches a fucking couple days ago if you were already. Otherwise, you get to know when the new pods are coming out, but you can also do that by subscribing and hitting that motherfucking bell on YouTube. Hit a like, subscribe to us on your favorite podcast player. Give us 5 stars if you got Apple Pod. Don't fuck with us if you're not giving us 5 stars. Just go on YouTube and dislike us and comment some dumb shit under the video. If you're too pussy to do any of that shit, you can email us, you can text us, you can DM us.
You can suck our dicks.
Yeah, exactly. Send us a trip story. Send us a photo of you and your best friend 69 and while he's holding you up with his Down syndrome strength.
Check out OnlyFans if you want to see me and Jay 69.
Yeah, if you want to see incest brothers, that's on OnlyFans.
It says gay porn.
Or
We're
DM
twins
us.
Also. Is that
DM
what
us.
Twins?
Yeah. No.
No.
We're pushing it past the envelope. We're not step family. We're half.
We're
family.
half family.
So like, I don't know if that's okay or not.
It's a little bit less.
It's okay to watch. It's okay if you don't get a boner from watching siblings have sex anymore, go to our OnlyFans and you can watch more closely related siblings have sex. Or DM or text or email us if you want a menu. $400 for 2 hours. Yeah. $225 for an hour. We're giving you great deals. Like whatever menu you got, send it our way. We'll give you 20% off. And 2 dudes for the price of 1.
Yeah.
But yeah. If we don't see you before then for some sexy time, we'll see y'all next week. Peace out, mother homeboys. Suck one. All right, you live streamers get a little extra. Unless Todd already ended the stream.
No, I didn't end it.
Awesome.
They gotta watch us Roll out.
Start the straight pride parade. We've got to get to the straight pride parade before it's over. And we're left with the ugliest women.
I'm playing the
I mean,
outro.
the people there are already pretty ugly.
Peace out, peoples.
Thanks for watching.
The Rap Drugs Powder.